Okay, let's look at two slightly more involved examples of Centroid. If you can do these, then you should be set for any exam question. So let's look at this example, find y bar. Once again, we have our handy dandy formula up here. So I separated it into three separate bodies because this one and this one are the exact same. So we have our first, second, third, and the duplicate. So the first thing we can do is find the area. Area of 1 is just 3 inches times 1 inch. Area of 2 is 10 by 1, and 3 is 1.5 by 10. So then we fill out our table, and then as we go on, I chose to find the centroid from the top just because it looks slightly simpler when you're trying to figure out the math. So here we have the center of all three of our bodies. The one here goes from the top to the middle of this body, and the one here goes from here to the middle of this body. So this turns out to be 1.5 inches because the full length is 3 inches. This turns out to be 6 inches because we traveled down 1 inch, and then half of this entire thing is 5 more inches, so 5 plus 1 is 6. This is the exact same as the first body. And then I kind of tried to zoom in on this top bar right here. Our center is going to be somewhere around here, and this is 1 inch, so the Y squiggle is just going to be 0.5 inches. And then I just filled all of that out into the table. And once again, I did Y squiggle times the area, so 3 times 1.5, 10 times 6, 15 times 0.5. And you get all of these values. And then you take the total, so add the areas across down here, and then Y squiggle times A, add those up. So you get 104 and 31. So to find y bar, we do 104, which is our y squiggle dA, divided by dA, which is the total area. So we get 3.35 inches from the top. You could also find it from the bottom by simply doing the entire length of the body, which is 10 plus 1 inch, 11 inches, minus 3.35, and you'll get 7.65 inches from the bottom. So as you can see, we started here and we found that our center from the top is located at 3.35 inches below the top. And then if we start from the bottom, we realize that it is located 7.65 inches from the bottom. So I don't think it's that difficult. If you can do this example, then you should be set. Another example, this is also slightly more involved. I'm not going to go through the individual work, but here's the final answer basically. I suggest that you run through this on your own, and you should get y bar to be somewhere around 87.97 millimeters below the top. So I did mine from the top. You could do it from the bottom, but the bottom is slightly more challenging because of figuring out all of these distances.